The Big Ten on CBS takes us to Lincoln. Nebraska native and undisputed super middleweight champion Terrence Bud Crawford leading out the Cornhuskers, chasing their first win against a ranked opponent since 2016, a streak of 27 straight losses, hosting number 21 Michigan. Late first quarter, Dylan Raiola over the middle, tipped and picked by Cole Sullivan. First INT of the season thrown by Raiola. Wolverines take advantage. First play after the INT, Bryce Underwood keeps it himself. Good decision, kid. 37-yard touchdown scamper. Michigan up 10-0. Next Michigan drive, early second quarter, 3rd and 3. Underwood steps up, gets sacked, and loses the football. Recovered by Deshaun Singleton. Huskers football. Underwood's first career fumble. That would lead to a Nebraska field goal. 2 minutes left in the half. Still 10-3 Wolverines. 3rd and 8 Raiola. Caught by Ja'Cory Barnes Jr. 26-yard touchdown. We're not at 10. Michigan answers back. First play of the ensuing drive. Justice Haynes. He is gone. 75 yards to the house. Not his house, but at Memorial Stadium. Michigan up 17-10. His second 75-yard touchdown run this season. The other came in the loss to Oklahoma. 1 second left in the half. Raiola to the end zone, throws up a Hail Mary, and it's answered. Barney Jr., go get it, young fella. Got it. 52-yard touchdown, a Hail Mary to end the first half, tied at 17. Mid-third quarter, Michigan takes control. Jordan Marshall, he is gone. 54-yard touchdown, 27-17 Maize and Blue. Michigan's offense through 3 quarters, 3 scoring plays, 166 yards. The other 31 plays, 135 yards. Mid-fourth, Michigan up 27-20, 3rd and 10. Haynes, 19-yard gainer, first down in the red zone. Drive would end in a field goal. Michigan up 30-20. Haynes, 149 yards rushing, 17 carries in the score. Nebraska answers. Just over 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 22. Raiola to Isaiah Hunter. Just shy of the sticks. Ensuing play. Raiola to Heinrich Harburg. First down, Huskers. Keeps the drive alive. 3 plays later. 1st and goal. Raiola back to Harburg. Touchdown, Nebraska within 3. So, need to recover the onside kick. Here we go. Takes a few bounces. Hands team. Hauled in by Kendrick Bell. Michigan's ground game seals it with a first down. Racked up 286 yards and the road win. 30-27. Michigan's 5th straight win against Nebraska. The Cornhuskers' 28th straight loss against a ranked opponent. Their last win coming in 2016. Justice Haynes, Jordan Marshall, and Bryce Underwood, the first Michigan trio with 50 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown in a Big Ten game since 2020. Michigan 3-1 as they go on the road, and they also come up big defensively. 7 sacks against the Huskers.
Our first Big Ten win, your first win on the road. What are you going to remember most from this one?
Dad, we got to go back home, cross our T's, dot our I's, and be the best we can be for next week. So
you're able to have some big plays out there with your legs. How much pride do you take in being able to show that you could do it all?
Honestly, that's what I worked for, so it's a lot of pride there for sure. So
you got to imagine that your coach is watching this right now, Sharon Moore. What are you hoping he takes away from this win?
Back to square one, fix what we missed, and be the best us for the next week. So
we saw you had a nice interaction with Dylan Raiola at the end of the game. What'd you say to him?
Had an amazing game, of course. Just be great. That's all.
Congratulations on the win.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Let's get back to our quarterback. Welcome in Gary Danielson, who joins us from Lincoln. And Gary, look, the ground game for Michigan, it was incredible. The 3-headed monster there. And look, we saw flashes of Justice Haynes at Alabama. But my goodness, what they were able to do, how impressed were you with this Wolverines run game?
You know, we started the game featuring the 2 quarterbacks and which one would be the guy to win the football game. And my comment was, whichever offensive line helps their team the most will be the quarterback that wins. And that was really the story. I mean, this Michigan offensive line played an excellent football game against a defense that was ready for them. They were ready for the run game. They knew that's what they would get, and to get those big plays, and you saw that offensive line working together, getting the key blocks. The wide receivers coming in and doing their jobs. They knew they couldn't just depend on their freshman quarterback in this game. They had to bring the run game, and they did.
One of our coworkers, Bryant McFadden, likes to play, and what he liked to play with the Steelers was elbow defense. Bend but don't break. And that was really what Michigan did here. 7 sacks, able to absorb the late comeback from Nebraska. What did you see out of Wink Martindale's group on this day?
Well, with all due respect, maybe, I don't know if it's bend but don't break. I look at that pass rush as a quarterback and said that is break and break harder back there, because that's 7 sacks, and that's probably 8 to 10 more times that they affected the quarterback where Dillon had to move or throw it sidearm or throw it underhanded. I mean, the game on defense, those edge rushers and the way Wink moved that pass rush around, Nebraska could not handle it. Good game. Nebraska was coming back and made it a football game, but the rush game and the sack game, that got Michigan the win.
Michigan clearly has a nice schedule ahead. Nebraska still has a path here to be a contender in the Big Ten. What did you take away? What did you learn about the Cornhuskers on this day as they fight but just come up short in the end?
Yeah, this has to really be a disappointing game for the Nebraska fan base, for Matt Rule, and for the team. I mean, they worked all last year, 2 years for Matt Rule, building this football team to come into a game like this. Can't have it much better than facing a true freshman quarterback in a game that could turn your program around, and just too many mistakes by this Nebraska team, not able to handle the edge rushers coming into this game. Nebraska felt that their offensive line was much improved. I wrote on my board, so far. What would they do in this football game? And we've seen in the past, Dylan Raiola had struggled giving sacks with the offensive line in Big Ten games. He came with 25. He put 7 more in this game. And it looks like Big Ten pass rush is still too much for this Nebraska offensive line. It looks like there's games they can win, but this Big Ten is really flat with a lot of good players. Nebraska's going to have to bring their best game every week to get this into a bowl game, I think. I think this is a tough loss for Nebraska. And
a big road win for Michigan. They've now won 6 straight Big Ten openers as they go on the road to Lincoln and get a win. Gary Danielson here post-game with us on CBS Sports HQ. Gary, thank you.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
Always good to talk some ball. Gary Danielson, our QB here on CBS Sports HQ. As you take a look at the schedule that Gary mentioned, look, Nebraska can get right back in this, all right? They got Michigan State at Maryland. That's going to be a tough game. Maryland's really looking good this season at Minnesota. Got some resistance, perhaps against USC, and then that game against Penn State. That will certainly be a tough game. We'll see where Nebraska is at that point in the season.